There's a person in your life who has never once raised their voice at you, never insulted you, never done anything you could point to and say, that right there, that's abuse. And yet somehow, being around them leaves you exhausted, confused, and quietly convinced that everything is your fault. That's not an accident. That's a pattern. And by the end of this, you'll be able to see it, maybe for the first time. Here's what most people get wrong about manipulation. They think it looks like control, like someone grabbing the wheel. But the most destructive manipulation pattern in relationships doesn't look like anything. It feels like love. It feels like concern. And it works precisely because you can't see it coming. The pattern has a name. Psychologists call it the coercive cycle, but you might know it by another name, the push and pull, the hot and cold, the relationship that feels like weather you can never predict. Meet someone we'll call Daniel. He meets someone extraordinary. Early on, she's attentive, warm, electric. She remembers everything he says. She makes him feel chosen. Then, without warning, she goes cold, distant. He replays conversations in his head, searching for what he did wrong. She eventually comes back, softer than before, and Daniel, flooded with relief, doesn't ask questions. He's just grateful she returned. What Daniel doesn't realize is that this cycle, warmth, withdrawal, return, is rewiring his brain. Every time she comes back, dopamine spikes. Every time she pulls away, cortisol floods his system. He's no longer responding to her, he's responding to the pattern, and the pattern has him. Here's the psychology. Intermittent reinforcement, rewards delivered unpredictably, creates stronger behavioral conditioning than consistent rewards. Behavioral scientists discovered this with rats. Rats that received food randomly pressed the lever obsessively, far more than rats who got food every time. Unpredictability doesn't weaken attachment, it deepens it. The brain interprets the chase as meaning. It mistakes anxiety for passion, uncertainty for chemistry. The manipulator, conscious or not, becomes the lever, and you become the rat pressing it, wondering why you can't stop. Now, here's the part nobody tells you. The person doing this often doesn't know they're doing it. Many have their own wounds, fear of intimacy, abandonment trauma, a need for control born from feeling powerless. That doesn't excuse the damage, but it means you're not dealing with a villain. You're dealing with someone whose broken patterns are breaking you. Understanding that changes everything. So how do you break the cycle? First, name the pattern out loud, not to them, to yourself. This is intermittent reinforcement. My nervous system is responding to unpredictability, not love. That single sentence creates distance between your emotion and your reaction. Second, track the cycle. Write it down. Warmth, withdrawal, return. When you see it on paper, it loses power. Patterns shrink when they're witnessed. Third, stop filling the silence. When someone withdraws, the instinct is to chase, apologize, explain. Don't. Their withdrawal is information. Let it speak. Fourth, ask yourself what real consistency actually feels like. Not chemistry, not intensity, consistency. Because real love doesn't keep you guessing, it keeps you grounded. Here's the truth that'll sit with you. The relationships that hurt the most aren't always the ones with the most conflict. Sometimes they're the ones with just enough warmth to make the cold bearable, just enough return to make the leaving forgivable. You weren't weak for getting caught in the pattern. You were human, but now you see it, and you can't unsee what you finally understand.